Hi everyone, I'm Gina K from Gina K Designs and your host of Stamp TV. I'd like to welcome you to our release party presentation. Tonight, you'll get to see many of the new products being released in action right here in this video presentation, along with some useful tools. At any time, feel free to click on the links below the screen to play along with our contest questions, our challenge, and to see all of the stamp sets in full, along with beautiful samples created by our illustrators especially for you. The techniques from tonight's release party presentation will be archived in our videos section at Stamp TV for viewing whenever you like. And if you're the partying type, we have a party chat thread going strong where you can hang out with the design team from now until 9 p.m. Central Time. And the best news is, all of the products are already available in our store at ginakdesigns.com, so you don't have to wait to place your order. So sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's release party presentation. The first stamp set I want to show you is the new stamp set by Becky Ohlers called Warm Woolen Mittens. You can create adorable holiday cards, but because this set is winter themed and not holiday themed, it can live on your desktop all winter long. The second set I'm going to show you is the gorgeous new Sentimental Holiday by Beth Saleka. This set is packed with not only outside greetings, but the perfect sayings to decorate the inside of all of your holiday cards. Plus, the bold graphic style images will make perfect gift tags for the upcoming holiday season. Even if you've already made your holiday cards, Sentimental Holiday will be the perfect addition to decorate the inside of every one. I'm going to start with one of the background stamps from this set, and these are long backgrounds that can be used either as a border across the center of the card, or they can be layered all the way down the card to create a background. I'm going to use a piece of the Gina K Designs 80-pound white cardstock and some of the Memento Summer Sky ink. Now I'm going to ink up this stamp using the Summer Sky. And then I'm going to stamp that right at the top. Excuse my head, I need to get in there and see what I'm doing here. But right across the top, like that. And then I'm going to continue all the way down the entire card. I like using these soft colors for a busy background like this. Either a soft blue, a soft pink, or even a neutral, like the desert sand ink, is really pretty for this type of background. And you'll find that the stamps ink up really, really well right out of the package. So you can see they're fairly easy to line up. And of course, I'm sitting down, so it's a little bit more difficult. If you're standing up, you're going to be able to really see right over it and stamp it right on without any problems at all. Another thing that you can do with this is you can alternate. So you can stamp every other row a different color. You can blend different shades of blue together, maybe a dark blue and this light blue. There's so many options when the background stamps are individual strips like this. Just a couple more. And then if you come across this situation where you have just a tiny little bit left, still ink it up exactly the same way. And then make sure you have just a scrap of paper underneath and just finish it off so it goes right down past the edge of the card. So there is my background. And I'm going to attach that to a piece of our In the Navy cardstock. Isn't that pretty together? It's a nice look. So I'll attach that onto there. You can see how pretty that looks together. And that is my background. Now I'm going to take another piece of the Gina K Designs white cardstock in the 80-pound weight, and I'm going to stamp a couple more rows of this particular pattern. And this doesn't really have to be done so that it's straight on the card. They just have to be row after row next to each other and straight that way. Because I'm going to actually create my own pattern paper here that I can paper piece some of these cute little mittens. Get one more row. That should do it. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to grab some of my Tuxedo Black ink and one of the mitten images. Now, the mitten images in this set, there are a couple different choices. You have solid mitten images, so if you want to stamp in color, you can. Or you can stamp these line art ones, and that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to stamp one going in one direction. And you can turn it a little bit so that the pattern isn't too perfect on the mitten. So there's one. And then I'm going to stamp the one that's going the other way right next to it here on the other side. There we go. So those are the two mittens that I'm going to cut out. Now, there are a variety of different tops for your mittens, kind of the cuff. It can be a line art one, so this way you can stamp it onto pattern paper or you can color it. And then there's a couple solid images with patterns in them, and those can be stamped in color. And I'm going to choose one of those for this. And I'm going to stamp that using the new Memento Nautical Blue. You'll be able to see how nice and bright and crisp this is. So I'm going to stamp one here, and then I need one for the other side as well. There we go. You can see how nice and crisp they are, and all that detail that shows through, especially in the dark colors like that. My next step is to cut these out. So I'm going to cut just along the black line. Now, we do have silhouette files for these. However, the silhouette file will leave that little bit of a border around the outside. So if you're looking for something like that and you have the silhouette cameo, you can use those. But like I said, it will leave a little bit of a border. If you want it to look a little bit more paper pieced like I want mine to look, then just do it the old-fashioned way with a pair of scissors and just cut right around the entire perimeter of the mitten. Now my little cuffs and my mittens are all cut out, and I'm going to paper piece them together using just a little bit of mono adhesive. I'm going to run a little bit of tape on the cuff, and there isn't a right way or a wrong way to attach these. Either way fits. So I'm going to stick that one there like that, and this one just like that. So there are my two little mittens. I think I'll move this one down just a hair. There we go. I kind of like the cuff down a little bit more on the mitten, but you can place it wherever you want. Now I'm going to cut out an oval using some of the 120-pound white cardstock and my Cuttlebug. I'm going to start with an A plate and then a B plate. I'm going to put that piece of cardstock on top. There's the 120-pound one. And an oval on there. This is from the Large Classic Ovals collection by Spellbinders. And then with the C plate on top, I can cut that oval out, and I'm going to flip it over and emboss it as well. And that's done by having it on the B plate upside down, laying a rubber mat on top, another B plate, and then I like to add a piece of chipboard just to tighten it up so it fits through the Cuttlebug better. And now that gives me that nice embossed edge around the perimeter there. You can kind of see right in there. So now I want to lay these out onto my oval. I'm just going to lay the whole thing on this navy piece so you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to punch a couple little holes in here because I want the mittens to kind of lay on the oval like that, and then I want them to appear as though they're hanging from a hook. So I'm going to put a little hole right here, and a little hole right here. And then I'm going to use some of the brass brads. These brads are from the Merry Little Christmas Stamp TV kit, but you can use any brads you want. There are white ones and brass ones in here. I'm going to use the brass ones. Feed that through. And open that up. There we go. So there's one. And do the same thing on this other one. And then I need to make the little hook that's going to be up at the top that these are going to hang from. There we go. And you can adjust the little ends. And if you can't, if your brads are a little bit tough, you can always cut them off using something like the Tim Holtz scissors. You can cut the little excess wires that stick off the back there. And then I'm going to add one more up at the top here, right about there. And I'll need one more brass one. There we go. Okay. So now the next step is to grab a little bit of twine, and I'm using our new We Are Memory Keepers twine. This is the black. And I'm going to start by slipping the twine underneath that brad. And just kind of hold it and pull so that it comes around like that. And then you could do something fun, like you could cross the twine if you want, or you can just leave it open. It's up to you. I'll do this one crossed because on my sample it's open, so you can kind of see the difference. And then you're going to slip that underneath this brad like that, and do the same thing over here underneath this brad. Make it nice and tight. Then you can lay these out however you want. You can do one higher, and you can do one lower, and I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to tape them down first. This one's going to be a little bit lower, so I'll add a little bit of tape there. Put that down there on my oval. And then this one is going to go just a little bit higher. Like that. And then you can adjust the twine from there. So if that's not tight enough, you can undo it and then rewrap it a little bit just to make sure it makes a little more sense. And then just cut off the excess. And same thing on this one I'm going to do. I'll just bring it down a little bit. Oops, came off the top one. There we go. Let me re-twist that and slip that under. And there we go. And cut off this end. So you can see that makes a cute little focal image for any card project. Now let me show you my finished card, what I did using both the background and this focal image. On this card project, I created a lacy oval, and then I staggered it a little bit off to the side so that I could stamp one of the greetings from the Warm Woolen Mittens stamp set, the Woolen Wishes. Isn't that cute? And then I did the same kind of thing with the twine and stuck my images just a little bit offset onto that white oval. Now for the inside of this card, I'm going to take the new stamp set by Beth Saleka. This is the Sentimental Holiday. And she's got all kinds of different greetings in this particular set. And the one that I'm going to use is a little bit more generic. It's not necessarily talking about, it doesn't have a Bible verse or anything like that. It's a little bit more just like have a Merry Christmas and fits the mitten images a little bit better. So I'm going to stick that greeting onto my block and using a little bit of black ink, I'm going to stamp that greeting right in the center. Oh, I think I need a little bit more ink. There we go. I'll stamp that into the center, like that. Then I'm going to go back to the Summer Sky ink, and I'm going to get the nice big bold snowflake image that comes in the Sentimental Holiday set. And I'm going to stamp randomly a few snowflakes, which will tie in the colors from the front of the card to the inside of the card. And I'm going to turn that snowflake each time so it doesn't look exactly the same. Like that. And because I'm using such a nice pale ink for my snowflakes, I can still write all over that card and not worry about what I'm writing not being able to show up because of the image. And then what I did here on my finished card project is I layered that with a piece of the In the Navy cardstock and then just put that panel right inside. Now you may be wondering about this beautiful blue cardstock. This is a brand new cardstock that we're introducing tonight. This is the new Gina K Designs Pure Luxury Powder Blue. Definitely a blue we were missing in our collection and perfect for those chilly winter cards all winter long. The new cardstock and both the Warm Woolen Mittens and Sentimental Holiday stamp sets are now available at GinaKDesigns.com. My next project features the beautiful new Elegant Floral stamp set by Teresa Momber and the long-awaited alphabet set called Lots of Letters by Melanie Menschinger. Elegant Florals is a gorgeous all-occasion flower set that will help you create everything from beautiful birthday cards to heartfelt sympathy cards. But with the holidays right around the corner, I thought I would show you how you can make this all-occasion stamp set one of your favorite holiday sets too. And then I'm going to show you how to add a greeting using the new Lots of Letters stamp set. I saw this technique on Melanie's blog in a card she featured this week. So thanks for the great idea, Melanie, and thanks for this awesome stamp set. Lots of Letters is perfectly sized for card making, and it's also a great addition to your collection if you're one of the thousands of project lifers. Because of the size of this set, you can spell out all kinds of words on 3x4 cards that fit both Project Life and the Snap system. This kind of alphabet is a must-have basic that allows you to add a personal touch to any card or scrapbook page. So let me show you some fun things you can do. I'm going to start with a piece of white cardstock and one of the floral images. This is actually a little sprig of leaves and it has some berries on it. And I'm going to use this one as my focal image. This is from the Elegant Floral stamp set. I'm going to stamp this in the Memento Cottage Ivy ink. Let's just stamp that right in the center here. There we go. Now I'm going to give that just a second to dry, and I'm going to show you a fun way to add a greeting that I saw on Melanie's blog. What I have here is some of our red hot cardstock, and then this is just a piece of one of the really pretty pattern papers from our Merry Little Christmas pattern paper pack. So I'm going to adhere this to this panel. Like this. Then I'm going to add a little strip of ribbon right across the bottom there, just to break up the pattern paper part from the red part. I'll do that first because that will be my guide, and that will kind of show me where I'm going to do my greeting. So since I need a little bit of space, I'm just going to take the ribbon right to the very bottom there and flip it over and tape that down. There we go. Now I have another panel of cardstock. This is white and it's just a little bit bigger. It's 1/8 of an inch around bigger. But I'm not going to adhere those together yet. What I'm going to do is take a little punch. And you can use a lot of different size circle punches or square punches for this particular alphabet set because the letters are nice and petite. So depending on what you want to do, you might want to use one of the borders, or you just might want to stamp the letter right through the circle without a border. Now I'm going to use a paper punch. I have a circle punch here, and I'm going to start right in the middle, and I'm going to punch a circle like that. Then I'm going to move over just a little bit and overlap the circle. You see that little overlap there, and punch a second circle. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, overlapping again and punching one more circle like that. Then I'm going to adhere this panel onto the white panel, but I'm not going to just tape it down. I want it to be raised a little bit, so I'm going to use some of the 1/4 inch pop dots for this. I'm going to put one in each corner and then in the center, like that, each corner and then in the center. I'm going to put one on each corner down here, and then one more right in the center. And this is going to give a lot of dimension to this card by having this panel raised up. And that will go on top of this white panel with just that tiny little 1/8 of an inch border showing around the perimeter. Just like that. Now I'm going to choose one of these little frames. And you can see in this set there are several different frames. I'm going to choose this open one. This one has a little drop shadow, and I'm going to kind of turn it as I go because I don't really want to use it for the purpose of it looking like a drop shadow for this card. I just want to have it be a little bit wonky with each circle that I stamp it into. So the first one, and I'm going to do this using the Cottage Ivy ink. The first one I'm going to stamp like that. Then I'm going to turn it a little bit and stamp it like that. And then I'll turn it one more time and stamp it like that. There we go. 3 little circles. And now I'm going to play off of the red, so I have a ladybug ink pad. And I'm going to grab a couple of the letters. I'm going to start with the J. Just put that on the block. And I'm going to stamp that inside that circle, like that. Then I need the O. Can you imagine how much fun this would be for a young person, a little person, to get a card with their name stamped on it? Happy birthday, and then their name. That would be exciting. Okay, so there, I added the greeting Joy onto this card. Now I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this beautiful, elegant floral sprig. Isn't that cute? With that beautiful, elegant floral sprig, I'm going to use some of the Rouge Liquid Pearls. Now you can use the ruby red, or if you want to have it be a little bit more sparkly, you can use the gold or the silver or the platinum or any of the colors, or the white pearls are really pretty. I'm not sure that we carry the gold, but we do have the platinum, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to zoom in here a little bit and show you how to use the liquid pearls. Most of us are used to coloring on an angle, so we tend to want to squeeze stuff almost like we're writing. But with liquid pearls, you don't want to do that. You want to hold the bottle straight up and down, and you're going to squeeze some of the pearl out of the bottle, and then you're going to pull straight up, and it's going to make a little peak on the top, and then it's going to settle back down into the shape of a pearl. So let me show you what I mean. Let's start with this first one up here. I'm going to squeeze the bottle here and get a lump there and straight up. Can you see that? And if you look at it sideways, well, it's starting to level right away, so I don't want to turn it, but I'll turn my finished card project sideways so you can see it. So I'm going to do a couple more. And what I love is this set that Teresa has created, the guide is right there built into the stamp. You just have to cover up the green berries that you stamped with whatever color you want them to be. And in my case, I'm using red, but like I said, there are all kinds of beautiful colors that you can use for the holidays. Isn't that pretty? Gives so much dimension to your project, and it's not something that can fall off. Once it dries, it's on there forever. Just a beautiful product to work with. Isn't that nice? So let me show you my finished card project. I've used that greeting idea here, and then I cut out that beautiful floral with the pearls using the classic large oval set by Spellbinders, and then the lacy ovals dies as well. And then I matched everything up with colors and tilted it on an angle for a little bit of interest, and you have a quick and easy holiday card using stamp sets that aren't holiday stamp sets, so they're going to be able to be used year-round. The Liquid Pearls, the Elegant Floral stamp set, and the Lots of Letters stamp set are now all available at GinaKDesigns.com. We have 2 more fun new stamp sets being released tonight. First, this fabulous new background set called Perfect Plaids was designed by Tammy Mayberry. Plaid backgrounds can be used for a variety of card projects and are perfect for masculine cards. They also create a warm, soft background for baby cards when stamped in soft pastels. Along with creating fantastic backgrounds, this stamp set can be used for techniques like kissing when used along with chunky solid stamps like the ones in both Warm Woolen Mittens and Sentimental Holiday. Snow One Like You is this month's brand new 1 Free with 3. These cute little snowmen and this whimsical cardinal will make adorable holiday cards, tags, and accents for your scrapbook pages. But because it's a winter set, it can stay on your stamp table all winter long. Next week, I'll be featuring both of these stamp sets in a new Stamp TV video, so stay tuned. And these stamp sets are now available at GinaKDesigns.com. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's release party presentation video. The team will be hanging around until 9 o'clock Central Time in the Release Party chat thread at the link below the screen. And the contests, challenge, and full stamp set reveal links will stay live until Monday, when we choose the winners of our contest questions and challenge. Those winners will each receive a grab bag of over a dozen deeply etched pre-cut Gina K Designs rubber stamps. And now that you've learned more about these new products, you can visit our store at ginakdesigns.com. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you back here soon on Stamp TV.